Yeah, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Thanks for the update. We will talk to you later. 73, my friend. Bet you guys are jealous of my new HT antenna. This is called a gooseneck style of antenna, and I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't know why. I don't get it. Let's go over on the bench and see if it makes any more sense over there. Nano VNA time. Man, I haven't played with a Nano VNA in a minute, and it's time to get after doing those kinds of things. So we have this antenna ATG38 male, and that's kind of all it says from the outside of the package. Let's get into the inside of the package and take a look at it, and then we will get it tested out on the Nano VNA. This is a gooseneck style antenna, which I hadn't heard of as a name. And a lot of different manufacturers make these things, and let's see if there's any useful benefit to it or any markings on it. So still no markings on the outside. We have a plastic tube. We have the metal bend. It doesn't stay bent. So maybe its main feature is that it has some strain relief. There's a snap to it. And it says UHF 400 to 480 megahertz. So that gives us a little bit of a clue. Kind of interesting that it's a UHF-only antenna. These don't easily unscrew. That twists, but you'd expect that to twist. And that doesn't easily unscrew. So that's it as far as known information goes. Let's break out the Nano VNA. All right, so first thing you guys are going to want to see me do is calibrate this thing. So I'm going to calibrate it. And I'm going to calibrate it in an interesting way. This antenna has an SMA female connector on the end, and this has an SMA female connector on the side of it. And I am going to, oh, the red part came off. The little red rubber band came off. I'm sad. I has a sad. Okay, let's get the red rubber band back on before this thing has a personality crisis. All right, red rubber band is back on. I am going to connect it through using the supplied coax cable. So that gives us the ability to remove the coax cable from the test bed. I'm going to test this with an open condition. Open. And then I'm going to put the short on with the adapter, and the short tests. And then we're going to put the load on with the adapter and the load tests. And then we are done with that. So I'm going to pull off the load. I'm going to pull off the adapter. We'll set our standards off to the side, and now we'll plug in the antenna itself and see what we get. So I need to change the range. So I go under stimulus, I choose start. It said it was 400 to 480. Yep, 400 to 480. So I'm going to do 380 megahertz as the start, and as the stop, I'm going to do 490. Okay, so the Nano VNA is telling me that we are less than 2.5 across the band. Oh, now we're getting into the threes towards the end. And depending on how I hold is what we get. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because handy-talkie antennas are typically designed to have your body act as the counterpoise while the radio is connected. So we have another way of testing this antenna besides just a Nano VNA. Okay, with a little bit of work, we were able to switch around to the Surecom SW102, and we've got it connected up to the BTEC 6X2 radio, and it's set for 446 megahertz on the bottom VFO, and it's set for high power up here where it says T. You can see turbo for turbo power, which should be about 7 watts. So we've got our ground plane connected, we've got our gooseneck antenna connected. We're going to hold down the transmit key, and we'll look at what the SW102 says, and it says 6 watts at 1.0 SWR, and we are 99.99% efficient. Okay, one more test because I know inquiring minds want to know. We are currently on 446.000. I'm going to change this over to 146.52.000. So you can see we're on 146.52. And our Surecom is telling us 3.7 SWR and 5.9 watts out, 66% efficient. So not very good on VHF. She's a beaut. She's a fantastic performer on 70 centimeters, which is what it indicates it's designed for. It's a horrible performer on 2 meters. But again, It wasn't supposed to work on 2 meters. What am I going to do with a handy-talkie antenna that's good for half of the frequencies? And especially good for the half of the frequencies that I don't use all of the time. So I guess the answer is not a whole heck of a lot. There are probably other variations of this in other frequency bands. I'll probably put links down in the description below, at least for this one here, so you can enjoy it just as much as I did. But if there is a 2 meter version, and if there's a dual band version, I will have links for those as well. I don't know what that clicking is about. There's probably an element that comes up inside of the gooseneck portion here and rattles around inside of the plastic portion. If this video gets enough views and shares and likes and all that jazz, basically if you folks tell me that this is a good video, then I will go ahead and destroy this antenna and see what's inside of it. But for now, I don't see any reason to take it apart. Is there a use case for a 70 centimeter only breakaway antenna? I could see maybe if it held itself upright, I could use it on a desk mount system of some kind, but single band breakaway antenna. I don't know, you tell me. There's a video right over here I think you will enjoy next. I'm gonna head over there. I'll see you there. Thanks for being awesome.